the early 1800s, in the aftermath of the Revolutionary War, a new conflict was growing between Great Britain and the United States. The seed was planted in 1846. At this time, the Oregon Treaty was being signed between the United States and British North America. The treaty was about the land between the Pacific coastline and the Rocky Mountains. The treaty proclaimed that the border between the two nations would be drawn at the 49th parallel. However, the position of the islands made it hard to just draw a line through the channel. San Juan Island was the most sought after. The United States and Britain both claimed authority over the island. Soon, both British and American settlers began to move to the island. On June 15, 1859, a conflict arose between two men. Lyman Cutler, an American farmer, shot and killed a pig that was rooting in his garden. The pig belonged to Hudson Bay Company. An employee of the company, Charles Griffin, was the owner of the pig. He wanted $100 in return for the pig's life. Cutler said that the pig was only worth $10. Furious, Griffin took to the British authorities. They threatened to arrest Cutler and remove all American farmers from the island. William S. Harney, the anti-British commander of the Department of Oregon, responded by ordering Company D to San Juan. Company D was the 9th U.S. Infantry that was under Captain George E. Pickett. Pickett's men landed on July 27th. The Vancouver Island governor, James Douglas, was angered by Pickett's landing. Thus, he dispatched Captain Jeffrey Phipps Hornby to discourage Pickett, but to avoid fighting. He came on the HMS Tribune, a 31-gun warship. Two more warships joined him. Pickett wrote to Harney for help. Hornby wanted to attack the Americans, but he was waiting for help from Rear Admiral R. Lambert Baines. Baines didn't want to get caught in the middle of what he called a squabble about a pig. Despite the overwhelming amount of people who opposed the war, Hornby and Pickett were caught up in an arms race. The American troops set camp in the woods north of Bellevue Sheep Farm. While the British practiced drills, the Americans hunkered down. The troops became a tourist attraction. Officers from both sides would attend church together and share whiskey and cigars in Charles Griffin's home. The fun had ended when Washington caught news of this skirmish. People from both nations were appalled that one pig could cause such a fuss. President Buchanan sent General Winfield Scott to try and find a compromise for the two nations. Scott began speaking with Douglas. Scott urged the two nations to become a joint military occupation. Both sides agreed and stayed as one for 13 years. In 1871, during the signing of the Washington Treaty, a third party was brought in to help the two countries come up with a compromise. Kaiser Wilhelm I of Germany helped. The Kaiser gave America control of San Juan. On November 25, 1872, the Royal Marines left from the English camp. By July, the last remaining American troops left San Juan as well. Finally, a compromise has been met. The dead pig was finally put to rest, thus sealing the Pig War as the only war where there is only one death, the death of a pig.